Get comfortable. Today you're going to discover 99 unusual things that only happen in the United Kingdom. But before we begin, don't forget to click here to subscribe if you enjoy this video, and activate all notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Let's go! If there's one country where you'll never argue in front of a bakery over a chocolate croissant or in front of a pharmacy, it's the United Kingdom. The British are masters at queuing. It's simple, they queue for everything. Apparently, if you go to the UK, you'll see carpet everywhere, even in the bathrooms. You don't need to teach a Brit to be polite. They're so courteous that they say thank you and goodbye to the bus driver when getting off. Incredible! Still on the topic of politeness, the British have the annoying habit of apologizing excessively, even when it's not their fault. They'll even say sorry to inanimate objects. Yes, really, you'll hear sorry on every street corner. They're polite, courteous, and generous. They understand the word no but never actually use it. British people don't know how to say no. Actually, they do, but they say it as, I'm afraid tea isn't just a drink in Britain, it's a religion. Missing tea time would be sacrilege. People drink tea whether it's sunny, hot, windy, or raining. And since Brits don't know how to say no, everyone joins in, even those who don't like tea. In the UK, adding an X at the end of every message is totally normal. Don't ask us why. You can be called love or darling by literally anyone. The lady serving your morning coffee, the police officer, your dentist, or even your gynecologist. Meanwhile, Friday at 6 p.m, while you're stuck on a crowded subway, hair a mess, lunch stains on your shirt, somewhere in the UK, people are kicking off their weekend in the pub. Nearly all schools in the UK require uniforms. In England, you are allowed to have a drink, but ironically, it's illegal to be drunk in a pub. In Scotland, it's against the law to sing on a train. We don't know why you'd want to, but hey, now you know. In London, it's faster to walk from Leicester Square to Covent Garden than to take the Underground. Efficiency equals zero. The world's oldest underground system is in London. Invented by Charles Pearson, it opened on January 10, 1863. Windsor Castle is the oldest royal residence still in use by the royal family. By the way, if you're checking the time on Big Ben, you should know, it's not a clock, it's actually the name of the bell. The tower is called Elizabeth Tower. The UK has a long literary tradition and has produced some of the greatest writers of all time: William Shakespeare, Jane Austen, Charles Dickens, J.K. Rowling, Agatha Christie, and many more. 25% of Londoners aren't British. Long live diversity! Speaking of London, the city has had many names in the past. It was called Londinium, then Londonwick, then Londonborough. London is definitely more attractive. The sovereign of the United Kingdom owns all the dolphins in the realm. But not only that, also sturgeons, whales, porpoises, and swans. We're not sure what they do with them. The Thames, which runs through London, has over 200 bridges and 20 tunnels. Queen Elizabeth II became queen while she was at the top of a fig tree in Aberdare National Park, Kenya, when her father, George VI, passed away. Quite the ascent to the throne. She received the sad news when she came back down. Fun fact, the London Eye is one of the largest Ferris wheels in the world. Each rotation takes about 30 minutes. Writing a strongly worded letter is considered the best way to deal with any misconduct. They might want to rethink their definition of strong. In the UK, standing on the left side of an escalator in the London Tube is practically a crime. You'll get mocked or even scolded. When it's hot in London, it's a historic event. Every conversation immediately becomes about the weather, and don't expect anyone to change the subject. The British Museum holds treasures covering over 2 million years of human history. If you get into a small accident or disagreement, the best way to diffuse the situation is to apologize, even if you don't know what for. Put your ego aside and say sorry. Praising yourself or speaking positively about yourself is frowned upon in the UK. In the UK, only serious illnesses warrant a trip to the doctor. For everything else, paracetamol will do. When it rains in the UK, trust us, it's not the same as in Paris. Rain gives the country a unique charm. You can't explain it. When you order tea in the UK, don't ask for flavors or fancy preparations. There's only one proper tea, black tea, a splash of milk, no sugar. If your hairdresser messes up your haircut and then has the nerve to ask if you like it, don't say no. Just nod, go home, and cry your eyes out. The British use a lot of irony and sarcasm in everyday conversation, so you'd better have thick skin. When a Brit says they're going for a quick drink, don't trust the singular. It rarely means just one drink. Loud people are not appreciated in the UK. They're considered annoying and are often given very disapproving looks. In the UK, it's totally normal for you to experience all 4 seasons in one day. You might leave the house bundled up in a coat, get soaked at the bus stop, and come home in a tank top. Normal. If you ask someone for the time on a bus or try to start a chat about the weather just to be friendly, there's a good chance they'll think you're a scammer rather than someone just making small talk. In the UK, drinking a little glass of Pimm's at 8 AM is totally normal. The British don't really know what lukewarm water is. Mixer taps still aren't standard. Many homes still use two separate taps, one for cold water and one for hot. At least they've got vintage bathrooms. Let's stop the stereotypes. British cuisine isn't just fish and chips. In the UK, you can eat Sunday roast, chicken pie, haggis, Welsh rabbit, chicken tikka, chutney, kedgeree, and so much more. British humour is very particular, a clever mix of deadpan sarcasm, pettiness, mockery, and self-deprecation. You've got to love it. Some Brits express their intentions in a very indirect way. There's often a significant gap between what they say and what they actually mean. It takes a lot of patience to understand them. You wouldn't guess it, but they're sports lovers. Sport is a huge part of life in the UK. You'll hear people talk about it passionately, everywhere, in newspapers, on TV, on the radio, in the streets, cafes, and pubs. Conversations about football, rugby, tennis, and cricket are everywhere. If you're going to the UK, bring a plug adapter. Their electrical sockets are nothing like the ones you're used to. They have a unique shape with 3 rectangular prongs. On breakfast tables, you'll often find a strange chocolate-based spread called Marmite. It has a strong and very particular taste. You either love it or hate it. Even more surprising, it can be turned into a hot chocolate drink by dissolving it in boiling water. Most houses in Great Britain don't have shutters on the windows. And the little convenience stores that save your life late at night? Well, in the UK, they're everywhere, and most stay open until at least 10 PM. In the UK, just like in France, Switzerland, or Belgium, every region has its own accent, phrasing, and unique expressions. So don't panic if, upon arriving in Scotland, England, or Wales, you don't understand a single word of what you thought you learned in your English class. As great as those late-night stores may be, some fish and chip shops and restaurants close very early. Sometimes, you have to drive miles just to find a nice place for dinner. The British pound is the oldest currency still in circulation. Today, saying thank you to someone who just said thank you to you in the UK, that's completely normal. People in the UK eat around 500 million crisps, chips, per day. Yes, we're talking about the whole country, of course. Let's take a quick break for our trivia question. Which King of England was executed during the English Revolution in 1649? Charles I, Richard II, Henry VIII? The answer will be revealed at the end of this video. In London, you'll see street signs telling you which direction to look before crossing the road. Not sure if that's thoughtful or a bit insulting. Most British conversations end with the word cheers. The UK is famous for its iconic public transport. Aside from the legendary Underground, you can also ride the red double-decker buses, the black taxis, and even steam trains. And lastly, because I know you've been dying to know, why do royal guards wear such unusual hats? Well, it's to make them look taller and more intimidating. You guessed it, it's definitely not to make them look sexier. As for our trivia question from earlier, the King of England who was executed during the English Revolution in 1649 was King Charles I. Now tell us in the comments what you think about these strange and surprising things that only happen in the UK. And don't forget to click here to watch another one of our videos.